Hey YouTube, Rando here. I wanted to do a video today on my homemade bread, making pizza for supper tonight. I just wanted to show you how we make our homemade bread. Now, this is by far shit hit the fan bread. Takes quite a few ingredients. It's not very cheap to make, but if you like yeast bread, like yeast rolls, it's the closest thing we found to that. And I love going to the restaurant, like at Ryan's or something, just having the little yeast rolls. I like them. And this will make rolls, it'll make bread. This recipe right here will actually make 3 loaves of bread, and that's pretty good sized loaves. That's not small loaves. So in here we have 5 cups of flour and let's see, 1 teaspoon of salt, 5 cups of flour. This is 3/4 cups of sugar, 3/4 cups of sugar, and 4 3/4 teaspoons of yeast. And we're just going to dump that into some hot water. Not actually hot, it's lukewarm out of the tap. So just dissolve that best as you can. And this is just because you don't have to do this if you don't keep your yeast in the freezer. You don't have to do it even if you do keep it in the freezer. It's just a step I like to take, kind of activate the yeast before I even put it in there. And I'll give you the full recipe once I'm done here. Now, I'm going to take 2 eggs, and 1/2 cup of shortening. And I tried all the recipes I could find on YouTube for just just bread with just some yeast and where you don't have to use shortening and everything. I just can't get them to taste right, so I prefer to make something we like to eat. And I make this recipe often. This is probably the 3rd or 4th time I've done it this month. You can freeze this stuff. You can freeze the dough, then just take it out and let it rise for about an hour or so, and then bake it just like you would this. You knead it out before you freeze it. So what else? We got yeast, sugar, salt, flour, shortening. Okay, and we'll just pour that down in there. I stir it by hand, but if you have a mixer, use a damn mixer. And you got to make sure that shortening breaks up real good, because that's one of the problems I've had is big clumps of shortening in it. And if it's too, that's the consistency I like right there. If it's too runny for you, add a little bit of flour. If it's too doughy, add a little bit of water. Not much. Every once in a while it'll be a little doughy and I'll add maybe another 1/4 cup of water. Make sure you get all that flour down at the bottom real good. Alright YouTube, I'll be right back. I gotta manhandle this for just a second. And this bowl's not greased or anything, and this stuff will come out all together pretty much, so you don't have to worry about greasing the bowl. I see a lot of recipes on there tell you to grease the bowl before you rise the bread, let the bread rise, and I don't do that. So about the consistency you want it right here. Just a nice dough. Now what we'll do is we'll set this in the kitchen next to the oven where it's kind of warm. We have a pilot light on the oven, and you'll let it rise for about 2 hours. It'll get about right here in this bowl. Sometimes it'll actually push the towel up a little bit before it's ready. So then you just knead it, roll it out, make whatever you want. I'll come back and finish up the rest. Alright, YouTube, we're back. Sorry about that. My battery went dead halfway through the video. There's our bread. You can see it. It's risen enough that I'm going to go ahead and do it, but if you want to go a little longer and let it run up a little bit, that's fine too. And make sure you cover that with a towel. You're letting it rise. We're just going to take about a cup of flour. It takes a lot of flour for this recipe. Spread that out a little bit. This will come out and it'll be a big ass ball. I've done it before and just didn't put enough flour and ended up sticking to the countertop around it. So just punch your dough down like that. It usually don't stick like that on me. You kind of want to be gentle with this. You don't want to break up all the air bubbles in there. And when you bake this, you're going to bake it on 425 for bread. Your smaller rolls will take 5 to 7 minutes. Bigger rolls, maybe 10, 12. Loaves of bread can take up to 30 minutes if it's a big loaf like I do. Smaller loaves, probably about 20 minutes on 425. If you're doing pizza, you want to do it at about 450 for 20 to 30 minutes. Just stretch it out and fold it. Do that a couple times for your bread. And you just keep doing that, and then you know, pinch your loaf off, shape your loaf up, and put it in a greased pan, greased bread pan, muffin pan, whatever. I just use the same shortening for greasing the pan. If it's pizza, you'll just flatten it out and put it on the greased pan. Don't even let it rise again. Just go ahead and go put your toppings on it and bake it if you're doing pizza. But yeah, 425, about 20 minutes on a loaf, and make some good bread. That's it, YouTube. See ya.